Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the bunker. We're going to be talking about the recent buff that was just added into the game, which honestly massively buffed the bunker and the capabilities of earning potential with it. We're also going to be talking about the best locations, how to maximize your profits with the bunker, and everything else like that. So as always, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Let's get straight into it. A quick thank you to my sponsor, U4GM. If you guys are looking for discounted shark cards and millions of dollars, make sure to check the link in the pinned comments down below. Starting off, let's talk about locations. This is something that a lot of people overlook. We are currently all the way in Paleto Bay, and we are right next to a bunker. This is the cheapest bunker you can get in the game. In fact, if you purchase a new copy of GTA, you get this bunker for completely free. What sucks is that this bunker is a terrible location, because when you do your sale missions to make the most amount of money, you are selling to the city. And well, yeah, you can see how that's a bit of a problem. Nobody wants to spend their entire life selling to the city. Now, in the latest update, Rockstar added an additional 7.5 minutes to the sale timer. So it means if you do own this bunker, you at least have a chance to complete your sale missions before the timer runs out. But I still think it's a waste of money. If you want to get a bunker, get this one here. The Chumash bunker is pretty inexpensive, only sitting at $1.6 million. And it is literally the closest bunker to the city, unless you count the farmhouse bunker. But this is actually the most expensive property for bunkers. So personally, I would highly recommend to get the Chumash bunker. It's a very reasonable price, and it will definitely get the job done. Now, a lot of YouTubers always break into what the upgrades do on the bunker. It's pretty simple. Buy the upgrades. If you actually want to make a profit with the business, you buy the equipment and you buy the staff upgrade. And I would also recommend to purchase the security upgrade. While I have very, very rarely seen my bunker get raided, it is still nice to add an additional amount of protection, especially because it is only, I think, like $500,000. It's not that big of an investment, especially with how easy it is to earn money nowadays in Grand Theft Auto Online. Resupplying your bunker is very easy, and you have two different options. Both, I think, are quite viable. It really just depends on if you want to run a bunch of other passive businesses. The first option is one that I talk about a lot on the channel, and that is the arcade. All you need to do is hop into your arcade, go onto the master control terminal, and click on your bunker. After doing that, just buy supplies. It's pretty basic. Boom, $60,000, and supplies are on the way. Don't steal supplies. It's a waste of time, and you're actually making less money doing that than you would just buying them. So that's the first way. The second way of resupplying your bunker is by going into your interaction menu and setting your spawn location to the bunker. Now, to do this, you obviously need to purchase the sleeping quarters inside of the bunker, but it's only a couple $100,000 to do that. And once you've done that, if you just go to online, find a new session, invite only lobby, the game is going to basically fast travel you right inside of your bunker. This is a very easy way to just go from wherever you were after you've completed a mission and just get inside your bunker. We can see what that took me maybe 30 seconds to do at max. Spawns me right inside my sleeping quarters, which is completely next to my computer, and just like that we can order our supplies. Both of these ways are very easy. Personally, I like to go to the arcade just because I resupply all of my other businesses, but if you only own a bunker, then this is a very easy way just to hop right into it and purchase your supplies. Earning money with the bunker is as simple as that. You purchase supplies, and then you wait for goods to accrue, and you sell them, which we'll be talking about in just a moment. But before we do that, I figured we'd also talk about how much hourly income the bunker makes, which is $56,000. You see, every hour, the bunker is actually bringing in closer to $75,000, but what you have to remember is that you are also spending $75,000 on purchasing these supplies. So if you add that in and you do all the math, it's around $56,000 of hourly income, which is pretty good, because let's say you're spending a little bit of time doing the Cayo Perico heist, and then, I don't know, you're doing some other missions, and you make your way back over to your bunker. Well, if you've played the game for 2-3 hours, that's $150,000 sitting in your bunker for literally no effort whatsoever. There is one other way of making money with the bunker. This is quite simple. All you need to do is walk up to the blue weapon icon inside of your bunker, and it's going to ask you if you want to deliver excess weapons parts. If you press yes, you then have to drive a dune loader, the one I'm currently driving, to whatever the marked waypoint is. This is probably going to take you around 3 minutes on average to do, and when completing it, you are going to make $50,000. This will resupply every 48 minutes. It's actually quite nice just to get a bit of cash if you don't want to do much effort and add some money into your bank account. So we can see I've completed that right there, and boom, 50 grand added to my bank. Now let's talk about the most important change to the bunker that occurred in the latest update of the game, which is the fact that you now have an additional 7 minutes to do your sale missions. That might not sound like a lot of time, but trust me, it is. Some of the sale missions for the bunker are an absolute pain in the butt. For example, one of the sale missions gives you a buggy, and using that buggy, you wouldn't have had enough time because you have to deliver 3 or maybe it was even 4 of them, and it just wasn't enough time. But now, with the way the bunker works, you have plenty of time to complete your sale missions. We can see it went from 15-minute timer to 22 and a half. Now, there's one other thing that I want to mention, and that is to earn an extra 50% cash you can sell in a public lobby. See, currently we are in an invite-only session, and doing sale missions in invite-only sessions is going to earn you whatever the base price is. But if you sell in a public lobby, for every player that is in that session, you're getting an additional 2% bonus cash up to 21 players, which is going to give you a maximum bonus of 50%, which is actually pretty dang nice. And the thing that people are always worried about is, oh no, but what if my product gets blown up? Well, let's test that right now. Let's pretend I'm a griefer, and you've left one of your vehicles unattended. So I hit you with 1 explosion, 2 explosions, and the third one should probably blow it up. There you go. So we are now missing a third of our bunker stock, and now we only have to do 10 deliveries. Now, realistically, you would think that I'm going to lose 30% of the product I would have, but that's actually not the case. If somebody were to grief me and blow up my product, all I need to do is go into a new invite-only lobby. Doing this is going to spawn me right back inside my bunker, because that's where I have my session spawn set to. And look at that, my value went from $400,000 to $390,000. That is barely a loss at all. So, as we can see, I'm currently in a public lobby with 12 people in it. And that means I'm going to be earning, even with only 12, an additional 25% cash than if I were to sell in a private lobby. So let's go do a quick sale mission. $819,000, an extra 20% should be closer to $950,000. So what do we have to do? Well, it is 2 Phantom Wedge deliveries. This is actually a really, really nice and easy one. Something that's also quite nice is if more people end up joining the lobby while you're doing your sale mission, it means that you are going to be able to earn even more cash. The sale mission depends on how many are in the lobby when you finish it, not when you start. Something else I should say is always do your sale missions, if you're doing them in a public lobby, as part of a CEO. And the reason why is quite easy to understand. In CEO abilities, you have the opportunity to ghost org. Bribe authorities is kind of useless, especially because we're in a Phantom Wedge. There's really no world where I'm going to have to worry about dying. I mean, this is what you do in the Phantom Wedge. But being able to go into Ghost Org means that it hides all of your product on the map. And we can see already that more and more people are filling up this lobby. So what I like to do is while I'm doing the delivery, especially for like the truck one here where it's a quick drive, is I'm just going to go into Ghost Org and it's going to hide my vehicles on the map. And I don't even need to worry at all about somebody trying to mess with me. So this one is quick. We're going to drive through the city. There are people near us, but again, we're Ghost Org, so nobody can see me whatsoever. The 2 players above me, they can't see me. They don't even know I exist. The player at the casino just left the lobby, so he's not a problem. Alright, well just like that, we delivered our first shipment. So what we're going to do now is go to Service Vehicles, Kosatka, and we're going to spawn in our personal Sparrow. This just makes life a lot easier, because the Sparrow is obviously such a fast mode of transportation. You'll also notice that this lobby is filling up fast, which means we are actually going to be getting that 50% bonus. It's why even if I'm in a lobby that's only half full when I start my sale mission, I'm never really worried, because usually lobbies with around 10 people tend to fill up after, I don't know, 15 or 10 or so minutes, which is quite nice. So again, I'm just going to fly my Sparrow all the way back over to our second Phantom. We still have 30 seconds off the radar as it is, so I don't even really need to worry about my product being blown up or anything like that. Alright, and just like that, we have arrived at our bunker. By the way, if you ever use the Sparrow, I would highly recommend to blow it up after delivering it to wherever you want to go. And that's just because of the fact the Sparrow only respawns, or you're able to call it in once it has blown up. So I usually just get rid of my Sparrow and then continue on doing whatever I was before that. Alright, just like that, we are rolling up to the final area. Oh god, oh, okay, we're good. Thought for a second I was about to just yeet my trailer off the back of the truck. That is one thing you'll always have to be worried about with this mission. Don't drive a little crazy, because if you do and you lose your trailer, it's just going to make completing it so much more painful. But there you go. We've completed the mission. Now we just got to wait for this boring cutscene to fly the cargo bomb over our trailer. But we should be making around $1.2 million because we, I'm guessing, got the 50%. Yeah, there you go. 1.17. That's a pretty solid bonus. And as you can see, we did get that high demand. So personally, I always recommend to sell the bunker in a public lobby. And it's a great example why. You have Ghost Organization, and the missions themselves are very easy and fast to complete. Plus, the bunker itself is just a great way to earn some extra cash. I mean, all I've done is resupplied it every now and then, and I got a lot of money. So, yeah, that was only 17 people. That wasn't even the max amount of bonus. That's why we didn't get the 1.2 million I thought we were. Honestly, this is just an amazing time to be using the bunker. The fact that Rockstar has increased the amount of time you have on the sale missions means that previously, if you were worried about running out of time, now you should have plenty. The buggy mission still might be a little sus. I haven't been able to mess around with that yet, so let me know in the comments. But in general, it's always welcomed and appreciated, at least in my opinion, that the bunker got quite a substantial buff. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. As always, if you enjoy this type of content and you would like other guides to keep up to date with the newest and latest content in the game, make sure to click that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.